Today, we are talking about dogs, and more specifically, how dogs are able to sense diseases, and in fact, better than medical equipment. If you suffer from migraines, then it might be time to buy a dog. Well, specifically trained dogs, not just any dog. Obviously, some dogs cause headaches with their constant yapping.
Actually,
What?
it's any dog.
Okay, actually, with this one, 54% of migraine sufferers that just owned dogs noticed a change in their behavior before the migraine. So not just trained dogs, normal dogs. Usually, they can alert their human counterparts an hour or two in advance, which is absolutely insane. They can detect the serotonin levels, which is a chemical that typically spikes prior to a migraine. Dogs can detect epileptic seizures up to 45 minutes before they happen. What? What? And in one study, they were able to detect with 100% accuracy. And thanks to these incredible animals, for some people, this could mean the difference of life and death. If these people are able to take their medicine well in advance, then they may not suffer a seizure, or at least can reduce the severity of it. But how is this possible? We have all heard that dogs can sense evil or ghosts, but how are they actually doing something like this? Well, it's all thanks to their sniffers, their noses. A dog's nose is many times stronger than our own. They have up to 300 million olfactory receptors versus our 5 million. Cats, well, they have upwards of 200 million. Wait, so why don't cats detect seizures? Well, they probably do, they just don't really care. Dogs are able to detect specific scent molecules among trillions of molecules at once. This is a parts per trillion. Think about it this way. In 32,000 years, a dog would essentially be able to pick a precise second of time. Or if you had 18 million gallons of water with a single drop of food coloring, the dog would be able to find that single drop as well. Maybe they are better than cats. My God. In order to detect these seizures, the dogs need to be trained. By using dozens of samples of breath and sweat from people that have forms of epilepsy, researchers are able to teach dogs to react in specific ways when they detect the odor of seizures. Seizures. What is that odor? And where does it come from? Well, we don't really know. It's possible the body's electrical activity changes, resulting in a change in chemistry. Some experts believe that the body makes this chemical change 15 to 45 minutes prior to the seizure, which is why dogs are able to detect it. Regardless of how they can do it, it's just amazing that they can, and is another example of why we don't deserve their love. Of course, like many incredible things in nature, scientists are trying to find ways to make robotic versions that humans can use. So hopefully one day, we will be able to have a simple ring on our finger that can help detect things like seizures and help save lives. People that are dealing with diabetes, they may find new help in man's oldest friend. With specific training, some dogs are able to monitor the air around the human to alert them if their blood sugar levels drop too low. The dogs are so good at this that they typically detect it well before the person's glucose monitor does. They could smell isoprene, which is a common chemical found in our breath. And when the levels get too high or too low, the dog can alert the human. Since these dogs need to be trained, they usually have other skills on their resume, such as bringing the medicine or alerting other humans. Since there aren't many facilities that do this sort of training, finding these sweet puppers can become challenging, potentially really expensive. Training these dogs starts when they are puppies, and they have to go through constant experiments to ensure that they are sensing the correct smells to alert people. That's lots of time and money to make these dog detectives. Dog detectives. Perhaps what dogs are most famous for in the medical industry, cancer detecting. From skin cancer to bladder cancer, dogs have proven to be nearly 97% accurate in detecting cancer in blood samples. Considering that cancer detection is important in the early stages, then dogs could be saving the lives of thousands of people. They could be used worldwide and for all levels of income. It would certainly be more affordable. Well, it would lower overhead costs, but I'm sure the medical industry would find ways to charge tens of thousands of dollars to patients in the US. What else can they detect? Well, dogs are able to detect malaria 70% of the time just by smelling socks. Parkinson's disease can be detected years before someone actually has it. Narcolepsy can be detected early enough that it could save someone's life if they're not in a safe space, falling off something or something. And for the final disease that dogs can detect, we have the absolutely normal, totally non-controversial disease known as COVID-19. Yep, that disease that some people are refusing to get a vaccine for and then get hospitalized for catching COVID and then still refuse to get the vaccine. The very same. I guess that means for those people, man's best friend has betrayed them, and the dog supports mainstream media and scientists. In a study at the University of Helsinki, dogs were able to detect the unique stink of COVID-19 within just a few weeks. Now the US, France, Germany, and Great Britain are all looking into this. We aren't sure yet what is standing out to the dogs, but after using multiple urine samples, the dogs were about as accurate as current COVID testing methods. That's insane. Dogs could be a great solution for testing mass amounts of people that can't necessarily get testing done, and even help find asymptomatic people to lower the risk of spread. Despite the amazing results from many studies, we may not see dogs in the doctor's office for some time. Many people may be skeptical of a doggy doctor, but it would certainly be a better experience than most doctor office visits, probably. Since researchers are still unable to narrow down how exactly dogs are doing this, we may not see machines replacing dogs either. But I think I would trust the dog without question. How about you? Would you be content with a doggy doctor, or do you prefer the traditional human kind? And are dogs better than cats, or do cats rule forever? I've made my decision. As always, thanks for watching, and what did you learn today?